truth shall set you free.
So right now we got a super special guest who has been in financing for over 15 years, who have been in banking for almost a decade, one of the fastest growing people in banking. He came in and started off at the bottom, and now he headed to the top. He almost there, you understand me, understands the game, understands the structure of the banking system, was able to get in and tap in and understand what these people are doing and be able to put other people in position. I want to introduce to y'all, man, somebody who actually out here really doing it in the A, getting to the bag, handling his business, a man of his word, man. None other, Clint Rush in the building.
Yeah, what's good? Yeah, man, thank you for the invite, bro. Yeah, it's solid right here, though.
Nah,
Solid.
you good,
It's
bro.
solid.
I appreciate you coming, man. This is important to me to educate the people. Of course, this is a hidden gem. The ugly truth is for those who's supposed to get it. We come here tonight just to continue to educate our people, keep our conversation going on. We was definitely talking about how one man was influencing millions. One man was influencing a company. And with that being said, we was able to see like, okay, cool. He able to have this much influence. He know what to do with his finances. But for those who are in a community where we come from poverty, excuse me, a lot of us may come from poverty, meaning even below the poverty line, meaning like we're in survival mode.
Yeah.
And now that you coming from the same place are in a position to see so many things, you looking at accounts, you're seeing millions of dollars, you understanding structure. I heard something today like a medallion, you understanding different terminology. You able just to see where all the hands, the parts is moving, where everything is going on.
Yeah.
That's important, but you also still have ties to your community, the understanding of where you come from, not going back, but knowing where you can go and being able to touch the people to say, hey, listen, this is all you really need to do to get to where you want to go, man. We just want to hear your story, how you got started in banking, and then we gonna get into, debunking myths, and we just gonna ask questions and keep it a thou wow with you, man. This is the ugly truth. There's nothing, it's totally uncut. There's nothing off the table, you dig?
Yeah. Well, cool. I'm from Anniston, Alabama. So I've been in Atlanta for maybe 6 years, 7, something like that. But how I got into finance, I started off young. I just know I wanted to work in finance. I just want to work around money. And I got my first finance job. I was working as a mortgage broker in college. But the way I got that job was I was working in auto parts. So I was sitting at O'Reilly's, right?
Okay.
Like, my story is similar to, you ever watch Paid in Full? She has.
Absolutely.
Right. So,
Hood classic.
Right? So Ace and he worked in the laundry.
Alpo and Mitch.
Yeah.
Okay, he worked in the dry cleaner.
The dry cleaner. So I was who I was in the auto parts store.
Facts.
Right? People come that knew me from around the way or whatever, run into someone from school. But I remember saying to God, I want to try this finance thing. I want to work in this and that and that. Somebody walk in, I remember from school, what you been doing over the years? I work for, I'm a secretary at a mortgage company. I said, for real? Yeah, I want to try that out. Okay, cool. Come on down, meet so-and-so, so-and-so. All right, went down there, met this guy. Actually became my mentor at the time. Got in there, was there in a couple of years. So being able to work for that company, the company was based in Atlanta, but it was in Oxford, Alabama. So what it allowed me to do is that get with the company, and it brought me here at a young age to get exposure.
Okay.
Right? So I'm there and got exposure. And one day I'm riding around Atlanta, and there was this big Bank of America building. I don't know what this building at. Just know it was a Bank of America. Man, I saw a phantom my first time in my life. And I was looking at what was going on in Atlanta. I said, man, there got to be a black man car. So I said, I'm going to work for a bank. Man, in fact, I want to be a president of a bank.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah. So 10 years later, Zach, I'm working at the bank, a leader, AVP, branch leader, managing multiple branches. So, yeah, that's how I got there. was a journey.
Definitely a journey. Definitely work. You put the work in. We talk about a lot about putting work in on this show.
Yeah.
What I wanna touch on is something you said, because this is all about you today. This is all about you shedding your light, giving your gift of what you know. How important is a mentor?
Very important. Very. Mentor, OG, whatever you want to call it, it's all the same. Every aspect in life, you should have a mentor. But the reason why it's important, because a mentor give you a whole nother level of knowledge and information that you don't have. Right? I was watching Kevin Samuels, and he was telling like young men how to fix themselves, and he said something that was real. He was like, you are not competent enough to fix yourself. You do not have enough information to know how to diagnose yourself and fix yourself mentally, or how to become a better person. So I was working for this particular bank before I got to where I'm at now, and everywhere I was at, I was like a number one seller. I was a top performer. Man, I got into this particular department, and I was like, man, I'm finna be number one. Man, I was gump, just like slaw, as we call it.
You was putting the work in though, right?
I was putting the work in, bro, and I was like, yo, I gotta get this. And yeah, I was putting the work in, but I was like, yo, why I'm not getting this or whatever. Man, I was seeing people in that department younger than me, like making money. And I was like, yo, and then this bank I was with, it's like a conglomerate. So like, bro, you ain't got no room to be like you know, they tell you have to make this much money in incentive for you to be worth us saying you could come and sit in this desk in this cubicle to talk to our clients every day. Right? Bars. So yeah, that's real. So you're looking at a lot of different, you're looking at the difference. It's like, damn, I got to get this. Like, why am I like this? Who I am? Yeah, shit, bro, I had to humble myself. So it's this guy. And he was my sales coach. So throughout like his process to teach me, like, bro, he would say certain things, philosophy and certain things. And he said someone day, and I was like, what? And he said, then I was like, oh shit, I get it. I said, yo, bro, you a real life Mr. Miyagi. So I call him Mr. Miyagi to this day. So he became my mentor. Actually, he put me on a couple of books or whatever. That first book he put me on, like, changed my life.
Drop it for the audience. What's the name of the book? Because we're huge on books. I give out the same books because I feel like they're foundational books. But what book did he put you on that helped change your thinking?
Think and Grow Rich.
Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah, Think and Grow Rich. Yeah, that changed my life.
What did it do for you? What's 2 points out of that you would say you take, and I know you still live by? What's 2 major points out of that book that helped you out?
One of the things was, it's like what they call it. I can't think of the term, but whatever you do, that's what you do, right? Specialization. I think that's what it was. I learned specialization.
Okay.
Yeah. So the thing is, like, I'm in finance. I'm a banker. I'm in leadership. This is my This is what I do every day. Man, I'm not finna go out there and trying to fix a car. I'm not finna go over there and I can do some shit, but I'm not finna put my time in it. My time need to be sharpening my craft. I make enough money to go pay that person to do what they do. Right?
Talk that talk.
It's right. For the economy, it's right. For the spirit, it's right. You know what I'm saying? So that was one thing. And another thing too was like, what was another one? Oh, perspective. Don't react to something like that, right? Mm-hmm. If you notice in the beginning of the book shows you like a picture of someone, right? And that picture of this woman is this beautiful woman. And if you remember, that book say, hey, now go to that page or whatever and see this picture. Now, when you get to this part of the book, you'll realize you're going to see something that you'll see is different. When you go to that book, by you get back to that chapter, by the time you read that book, that woman ugly as hell, and it's the same picture.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And what was the revelation of that?
It's like, I mean, a different perspective. Like, you know how we react to something, we have immediate reaction, or we see things a certain way? You need to sit on it.
I'm listening to you, and all I can see is she's beautiful, but she ugly inside.
It's like what you see now might not be what it is.
Ooh.
It might not be what it be later. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's in life with everything. Like, when people be like, yo, they got a new job. Man, how it going over there? So you got oh man, it's this, it's that, and that, and that, and that. I don't listen to that. Like, bro, that's not even a fair assessment. You're not even that long enough to see the bullshit. Like, you don't even know your tolerance for the bullshit they putting out. So how you gonna say this, that, and that? It just sound good because you want to make it seem like you hit a lick because you ain't over here no more.
So,
you know
so you being what you call a leader, which is high management. You know, he being humble right now, very high management. How do you have the tolerance to be able to manage, you know, multiple people, and we're not talking 5 or 10, to be able to do multiple branches? What do you do to put yourself in position to be able to coach, manage, and what we say therapy, and help your people that you hire on fulfill what you need them to fulfill? What mindset are you bringing to work when you get to work to deal with multiple single moms, you know, emotional ass men who not really, they're males, but they act like females, and then niggas who over masculine? How do you deal with the multiple personalities?
Oh shit, working on myself. Like, leadership is like from the front. You lead from the front. You have to work on yourself. You work on yourself because you got to have a certain level of tolerance, right? So it's tolerance. You got to have a certain level of grace. You got to understand you human too. And another thing too, I give my leadership the same grace and the respect that I want my people to give me. So that's how I deal with it. So it's like I'm forever working on myself. So I do therapy. So I'm in therapy. I read
bars.
You know, I'm looking at documentaries. I study the past because I'm a firm believer of like time changes, but principles don't. It is what it is, you know. And another thing too, I'm very analytical, very strategic, you know. So I watch a lot of sports. Sports help me a lot, you know. Like I don't look at sports for the entertainment part. It's like the business part, like chemistry, building a team, philosophy. So that's what helped me out. And I think that you have to forever be working on yourself. You got to be willing to pour into, like, you have to pour into yourself because you poured into so many people, and it's draining. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, say it's not an easy thing, but then again, it's not a hard thing, you know? Yeah.
Because you put the work in. I say that throughout this whole show. You put the work in, and you filled yourself up. So you just said a lot. And most of the biggest bars, people don't catch. Because we're looking for something that's so viral versus something that's vital.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Viral versus vital. Something that can go and the public can see versus something that individuals are able to do. You pour it in yourself that you got enough to pour into others, and you got some left. And then when you feel like, all right, I'm getting low, I need to go replenish myself because I am a leader and I have to pour into these people.
Yeah.
Over and over again. Mm-hmm. So if I get to a point of feeling like they're not pouring into me, that's a problem because you're their leader.
Yeah.
So in the banking industry, the things that you see in there, what's some of the things that you didn't know when you got in and you have now realized or learned cultural wise that you have seen come in the different cultures, and you can speak on it candidly, and you've seen a lot because you've been in it a lot. What do you see that's different from, and this show is to help everybody, but I'm mainly on my people, and I know black people, this, that, and the third. But what do you see culture-wise? We ain't even got to say black and white, but we can say cultural-wise, what do you see in the different races, the different cultures, in their ethics of finances and how they take finances serious on both spectrums? How certain people, you know, they always coming in and they want to dispute a charge from a club versus some certain people who want a medallion, and them two different spectrums. Just what you see cultural wise that would help educate the people.
Yeah, my bad. What I notice, I notice who got the money and who don't. Culturally.
Yeah. Who got the money? Just keep it 1,000.
Who got the money? Who got the money is mostly foreigners, immigrants.
Indians. Do Indians got the money? I'm just gonna ask. Do the Indians? Cause hey buddy, cause I got a moving company, right?
Yeah.
And I moved him. This is back when I was doing moves.
Yeah.
I mean, moving is still going. I was physically doing it, and I was like, "Yo, you gonna tip?" The nigga laughed. He said, "Ha ha ha." And 99% of the Indians I moved, they moved from a 1-bedroom to 2-bedroom apartment to a mini mansion. Like there was no 1-bedroom to 2-bedroom to starter home. There was no apartment to 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It was always enough that one of the sides of the family can come live with them. And they have hustled and grinded so hard. And I remember one day, and I'm just saying this to see if this is true in banking.
Yeah.
I remember one day, a guy being so cheap, he ain't want to pay the $200. And all he had in the house was really a baby crib and pallets. Yeah. They wasn't even living extravagant. But Holmes told me he was making like $200,000. We talking 2010, 2011. Yeah. Holmes was making like $200,000, $250,000, living in an apartment. He said I had to wait, and I'm always on business, so I was asking him. And it was either his mother or her mother moved in. They had the shrine set up and all that. But the house was it was 2 stories, but it was a basement, the same length of the house, first floor, you know what I mean? 1 or 2 bedrooms, kitchen, living room, and then upstairs, multiple bedrooms. I said to say them were some of the most shrewd people, and I don't even think our culture knows what shrewd mean. It's not a bad word. Their business sense is great. Yeah. So what have you seen in banking? Which culture you seen that come in and you'd be like, I didn't even know it was like this?
What culture that I noticed? Oh man. Man, you want me to keep it like totally transparent?
Keep it a thou wow, man. Keep it a thou wow.
Nothing shocked me. The thing is, all I saw is the why. It's like that.
Okay.
The why. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing shocking. It's nothing shocking. But you can see why the gap is the way it is, though. Right?
Why is that in your experience?
The how the information is received. Ooh. And what you do with the information is different culturally. And it's some things that it's like our fault, but it's not our fault, but it's our fault. You know what I'm saying? Because some stuff that you believe in, the why you believe in, the way you believe, is based off like where you're from, how you came up, and things like that, right? So if I tell you something different, even though I got facts to show you that what I'm telling you is right, but the fact that you came up, like the way you came up and where you from, it's going to feel wrong that you're switching up on your, you're going to have like what they call survivor's guilt and shit like that or whatever.
Yeah, survivor's remorse.
So that's a mental thing. We can't get past that. So it's like a whole mental thing that, so look at it like this. They already live a certain way or any other place in the world. People come from the ghetto or where they're from. Mm-hmm. They just like us, right? But the thing is, the way their culture moves and what they do things is different, right? They work with each other. They know where they can go collectively. They know how the laws are set up. They know what they can do, and they go and take advantage of it, right?
I'm going to say a bar. I'm going to let you finish, but he just said collectively. Keep going.
Yeah. So they move different. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, and you see it all the time. I'm not saying nothing that's wrong, but you see it all the time. Like, if I come here and open up a hair shop, and this is what my culture do when we get over here, and this is just what my part of where I'm from and what we do collectively when we get here, we go stick to the plan. That's what we're going to do, right? All right, so take us for instance, right? Let's just keep it some simple and small. Let's say if I want to sell plates out of my house. I just want to sell plates. Mm-hmm. I want to sit in my house and sell plates, right? I'm on Facebook. I'm like, I'm selling plates. Come and get it Saturday, 3 chicken wing, whatever. The next person be like, yo, I want to sell plates too. All right, whatever. They start beefing.
Rivalry.
They start, because they feel like they can't sell shit together. But it's this book that's called Contagious that tell you that there's a reason why all these corporations put everything on the same block. They market for each other. So if I'm finna be selling burgers and it's a whole block of burger stands, I'm not finna go across the block and go sell burgers thinking I'm finna get more people because I'm away from them. Now I need beefing because people know where they go get burgers at. Somebody go roll in and get my spot and get a burger. We don't look at it like that. We beef. We beef about who doing what and whatever, right? So it'd be a dozen of us go get the same hustle and don't work with each other. We hate on each other. We tear each other down. We beef. We do this. We do that. We do that. Right? But how many people stand out and say, well, if so many of y'all go sell plates of food, I'm going to be your food distributor. Right? How many go say, I'm going to be the marketing for y'all? I'm going to be the real estate person. I'm going to be the accountant for y'all. We don't move like that.
And this the bar, and this is what I know for a fact. We're just gonna use your analogy.
Yeah.
If all of us, if it's 5 of us selling chicken, and we paying 70 cents a wing, but they say if I buy more, I'm buying 200 every week. But if I buy 1,000, it go from 70 cents to 40 cents. And you know what other cultures do? They link together. Well, nigga, you need 2, I need 2, you need 2, you need 2, you need 2. Let's all get our shit down to 40 cents a wing versus 70. Let's save. And I can say the exact industry is the hair industry.
Yeah.
Where the Koreans and the Vietnamese, they go and buy all their products together. They don't go and say, "Oh, I'm me. I'm big dog." They go and collectively buy together when we can do the same thing. Listen, we're selling the same shit, bro.
Yeah, yeah. The chicken industry is like that. Not just the hair industry. Like, for instance, that same chicken that I'm finna batter at KLC, Popeye's battering that same chicken. Matter of fact, when I'm fucked up on chicken this day, I'm finna holler at Popeyes like, yo, let me borrow a couple of cases of that, whatever. The motherfucker that pull up at Popeyes, dropping that chicken off in the back, finna roll right across the street and drop off that same amount of fucking chicken.
And so we got a network. So I'm gonna ask this, and then we're gonna get into banking heavy because I've been promoting and telling that we got somebody that can debunk a lot of things, give us a lot of education. What is the solution for us to work together?
Man, we just feel like why we can't work together. I just think that, bro, over time it's just that we just never been in a position to work together over a period of time, right? So that's just like saying that if I start this behavior and I do it over a period of time, that's just what it's going to be. And that is where we at, right? Now, me, I can't speak on it. I was born in 84, so it's a lot of shit that I remember from the late 80s or early 90s. My neighborhood, everybody had something to do. But we had a grocery store in our hood. This person sold the hamburgers. This person did the candy. The person did the ices. This person did that and that and that. Bro, it was so much money in my neighborhood that we had a bank in our neighborhood.
Dang.
Yeah, we had a bank in there.
So, talking about banking. So, we're gonna jump into that. So, we got a live audience here. We got multiple members here.
Yeah.
We want to talk about banking, whatever you could talk about banking legally, ethically. We wanna jump into that.
Yeah.
I got a question, man. It's a huge question. We got internet sensations who are just saying you can walk into a bank with no face, with a Pooh Shiesty mask on, no fingerprints, no ID, start an LLC yesterday, make your business profile and your credit profile look like this. You're going to get $50,000 in credit cards, $100,000 in a credit line, and they going to give you some more money. Can you explain that to the people? I'm gonna let the audience ask questions too, but that's my question, bro. Can you elaborate on that so we can understand if it's true, if it's false, if it happens, because I'm sure it's possible that it happens, how often it happens, but what is that like? How often do y'all turn people away, or how often do y'all accept those applications?
We accept applications all the time because you can't turn someone down from doing an application. That's just a compliance thing. Someone want to apply, they can apply. But the thing is, someone just walking in fresh off the street, just start an LLC and just finna get that with not proving anything. No, that's not a thing. That's just fake media, fake BS or whatever. I mean, I think anybody now can get on social media and look like they got some bread by the little fake jury and say whatever to the people, and then people just ride with it or whatever. No, that's not how that works. You got to have some type of credentials, and stability. And if you can't show that, it's not finna happen that way. No, it's not a thing.
So is it basically outdated information?
Outdated information. I wouldn't say that part is not outdated, because like no doc loans and no doc, that's kind of like you know what, I take that back. Back in the day, they used to do like if you was credit strong, you used to can do and show some stability. You can used to do it like a no doc mortgage back in the day. This I think it's called stated and no stated. Or I forgot what the name of those loans was, but no, it's long as you credit strong or whatever. Like, man, the way they was giving out mortgages back in the day, it was just like crazy. But now with the business loans or coming get business funding, it's like something that has happened. But these are people who have stability, a strong credit score, and it shows stability. But you think you finna jump online and create you a LLC and what's some little fake social security numbers?
CPNs.
Them CPNs. And think you finna get a CPN that the system show that this shit was started, that this CPN or social was generated in 2011 and you down there 40 years old. Nah, bruh, it ain't going down like that.
So what's the proper way to come in to get a business loan, a business credit card, and you might even get business funding? Let's say you want a building. They fund the building. They give you a line of credit. They give you credit cards. What's the proper way for our people to structure themselves in the aspect of being able to obtain what we see online properly?
Work on yourself. And when I say work on yourself, it's like the essential things that we should be doing just as humans, as consumers in this country. Showing
No, you good.
Yeah. Showing stability is one. You have to show stability. If you're moving all over the place, your credit report is going to show that, right? You're always going to have to verify some piece of information to figure out, are you where you supposed to be, or that's your real address. It ain't nothing fraudulent. Another thing too, your credit, start working on your credit young. Your credit has to be strong. In order for you to get business credit started just off the jump and get a business credit card, it's a thing that's called personal guarantee, right? Mm-hmm. So every bank does it. They give a credit card or give out some loan or whatever. If you don't have any business credit, what banks will do, finance companies will use your personal credit to help you start your business credit. So let's say if you were like somewhere between a 750, somewhere there, maybe give and take, and you just started a business, you want a business credit card, you can get a business credit card from day one for starting your business. You don't have to wait no 2 years. You ain't got to go and open up a bunch of net 60s or net 90s or whatever they tell you to do, right?
I've been put on that. I've been on the net 90. I've been paying for shit for 6 months. Fortunately, I was buying stuff that I really needed.
Yeah. But if you didn't need it, you know what I'm saying? And that's to me, I think it's predatory, actually bad. You got to do what you got to do if you got to do it. But if your credit is strong, you get a credit card as a personal guarantor. Some people as a personal guarantor may put that trade line on your personal credit report. Some banks don't. You just take the credit hit, but it's solely beyond your business. That's how that works. You show like strong credit and stability, you can get a credit card off the jump.
So when you say credit, what if they credit score like a 700, but they don't have what they call a profile? What if they don't have a lot of things? Let's just say they got a paid off car and they got one or two credit cards, and it's not a lot showing that they pay a lot. Yeah. If their credit score is a 720, 740, is the credit score important or is it the credit profile?
It's both, but that score is strong. A strong credit like that, a score, like you got a strong history, right? So it's gonna rock. But this is the thing. If you got like a 750 or 800 and you ain't got the credit history that matches that strong score, like don't waste your time, because your credit been fixed. So everybody going to pay to get their credit fixed or whatever, and you send up, you damn 25, 26 years old and got a damn 800, man, you ain't bought a house. You ain't been an authorized user on nobody's shit. right? This credit is showing this so and so, and you this age or whatever. Like, no, it ain't going. You can tell. You can tell when somebody's credit being fixed. The history doesn't match up. Most likely you'll get turned down.
So the underwriter gonna see that.
The underwriter see that. Yeah.
Speak on underwriting process, because there's the front end of people who accept the applications can kind of put what need to be on there.
Yeah.
As much as you can legally.
Yeah.
Speak on like the underwriting process a little bit.
The underwriting process. All right. So underwriting is different per institution.
Correct.
Pretty much institutions they can do what they do based on how they move, as long as they stay within like federal compliance and they're not redlining and things like that. But how the underwriting goes, so you got these big conglomerates, like they're going to do like automated, like they ain't finna fool that shit. The system say this, that, and that, and that. That just is what it is, right? But you're going to like smaller institutions, they got in-house underwriting. Right, so pretty much what the underwriter does is to get they verify everything, the income. Then of course they look at the credit. If something ain't right, they're going to question it, and based on it, it might have a scorecard. Like if this check off that and that and that, we approve it for this and price it at that rate based off this. But if something is like shaky or something a little right, like we were talking about the credit. So let's say you got like a 758, whatever, and you like 21, 22 years old, but nothing in your credit shows that you should have that score, right? So it's just like, all right, send me some non-traditional credit, a proof of credit, non-traditional. So I need a letter or something from like a utility company or something that you pay, showing that you pay the way you pay. Like prove that part, and bring me something that's non-traditional. Now
I know every institution is different.
Yeah.
I just want you to speak on certain different institutions. Whatever.
Right.
You've worked with multiple institutions.
Okay.
They pull. So we got Experian, we got TransUnion, and we got Equifax. Which one do you know? When you go in the bank, are you allowed to ask like which institution they pull from?
Yeah. Some stuff have to be disclosed to you if you ask. Some stuff is in your paperwork that like they tell you. Like something called like good faith lending. It's things and disclosures that we give you to let you know, like this is what we pull, this is what we see is based off that. This ain't no bullshit or whatever. Bank have to prove to the people and to the government that they not turning you down or doing some funny shit.
So this is just for the people, right?
Yeah.
They can walk into a bank and say, we're going to use two scenarios.
Okay.
They can say they want a mortgage, or they can say they going to want a car. Are they allowed to walk in the bank and say, what credit bureau do you pull from?
Yeah, they can ask that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they can go in and ask, hey, listen, people, y'all can go in and ask whatever bank you banking with, whatever you've seen online.
Yeah.
You can go in and then they can work on that particular score for that particular, branch. Out of the 3 branches, they can work on those.
Yeah, that's very important. The questions that I ask and things that first of all, this is what people have to do when they come to the bank. Don't walk off the bank fresh off the street and think you know more than the bank.
You know more than the people that's going to give you the money.
Yeah, you know more. And then you tell me, they say, I'm going to ask, like, who is they? I'm a funny ass person. Like, I don't know who the fuck they is.
Me too, bro.
Yeah, who is they, right? And how long they been with the bank and what? No, do not act like you know more, right? If I got this, I got that, and this and that and that. If you know so fucking much, why the fuck you in my face? That's just simple.
No, that's a fact.
That's simple. So the thing is just that you have to walk into the bank and you can ask questions. Like, don't listen to talking what these people say and what's this and that and that. Like, man, I got off bed, bro. I don't watch TikTok. I done fell back off YouTube or whatever because the information is so much just like saturated, like messed up information. Like, it's crazy. But the thing is, walk into the bank and stop treating your banker like he the feds. Like, we ask questions for a reason. If I'm sitting there talking, you come to see me, you think I'm not going to ask you any questions? First, I got to do an application. I got to build your profile. I got to build an application. And another thing, too, let's say if you're already a person that's already with the bank, the stuff that I'm asking, I pretty much already know. I'm just confirming. I'm looking at your shit.
So let me explain to the audience, just to help y'all out, man. When you go to the bank, guess what you don't get to do? You don't talk to the underwriter.
Sure,
when you go to the bank,
you don't.
You gotta talk to him.
Talk to me.
This is why he's here. I want to educate our people so that all of the myth is debunked.
Yeah.
The myths are debunked. I want y'all to know the proper way to go in here and get y'all bags.
Yeah.
I want y'all to know how to structure yourselves. I want y'all to know what y'all credit profile. And what I learned today, I didn't even know you could go in the bank and ask, hey, which credit bureau do you pull from? And you can work on that credit bureau's profile and knowing what's going to make that stronger. Now, mind you, again, free game. You can go to, what is it, FICO, My FICO? That on?
MyFICO.com.
Yeah, you could go to myfico.com and they have reports for you for each institution, and you can know, because this, I'm working with it right now, and I got a late payment that wasn't really late. Like I literally paid, and I went to my bank and they said that they tried to charge it, but they put $0 in. And it didn't come out. And I'm like, bro, and I showed that the money was in there. Like I had plenty money in there, but they didn't take the money out. So I'm fighting that and disputing that. I say all that to say, like, when you go into an institution and you looking for something, ask these questions. It's okay to go in there and ask questions versus just listening to a nigga who might have finessed, who may have got his way there, or everybody is different. Don't go off the antidote. Yeah. That means the exception, especially for ladies. Anyway, we on business, but don't go off the antidote of the one person who was able to do it. I'm gonna tell y'all like this: don't think that my life is regular. And what I mean by that is I'm an exception, not because I think I'm an exception, because the statistics say I'm an exception. Everything I've been through and did is an exception.
You're an outlier.
Elaborate.
An outlier. That's someone that stand out. That's like the 1 or 2%, right? People study outliers and try to figure them out. Like, why are they the 1 and 2%? What make them so different?
Outliers don't know. We don't even know.
Well, we don't even know. Yeah. No, people study us. We don't even know.
Like, I can't sit here and tell you this, that, or the third. I can't tell you because I've been through this, that. I can't tell you that somebody else ain't got my exact story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't lie. Anything I promote, I be like, yo, you got to do this work. And I make people, I'm a person of, if we talk sports, because, you know, we both love sports, of conditioning. Yeah. To over-condition. Yeah. One of the greatest things that Mayweather got is his breathing. And anybody that's been in the ring will tell you, he'll be holding on to you and he'll be breathing in your ear. His breathing is great. He has the best conditioning. I can beat anybody if I can outlast him. You can ask my sister. She was younger, but you can really ask my mama. My brother can beat my ass. He got asthma. All I got to do is keep fighting till this nigga's asthma kick in. Yeah. That's all I got to do.
You know, the prime example of that is, and it's crazy because I saw it from a different perspective, was the Muhammad Ali and George Foreman fight.
I just watched Big George.
Yeah, that gave me a different perspective because you never heard his perspective of it or saw it from that. Like, I was like, when I first heard about the rope-a-dope as a kid, then you see the Muhammad Ali movie.
Yeah, my daddy told me that. Yeah,
but you never just saw what was George Foreman's perspective or point of view of it, right? He was just fighting. He would, like, why he was fighting like that, what was going on in his life, this and that and that. Like, why you wasn't that mentally sharp to know that. Like, honestly, he should have won that fight.
I'm going to tell you why he didn't. It was 2 reasons. Well, it was one. But Muhammad Ali was retarded because of that. That nigga gave that nigga Parkinson's. I'm gonna tell you that. It was George.
Yeah.
The second one is, if you listen to the movie, he fired everybody because he said they kept telling me just to fight. They kept telling me just to hit. They kept telling me they let me burn myself out. Yeah. Not know his exact words, but he fired them. So after the Muhammad Ali fight, he fired his whole training staff because he like, nobody told me to back off of him.
He pulled a Deontay Wilder, just fired everybody after he lost.
With Deontay Wilder different. Deontay Wilder's story different. But George had enough. They didn't know Muhammad Ali had enough strength to take that power. The rope-a-dope. Nobody ever took George. That was his first loss. Nobody was able to take George's punches. Yeah. But you're dealing with a veteran.
Exactly.
You're dealing with a veteran.
Yo, you know the craziest thing though? As a spectator, you would say Muhammad Ali would go lose that fight. But Muhammad Ali knew he was going to win that fight the whole time from the time that he signed that contract. I think that's why he did it, because any other boxer, if you knew the business, and he was business savvy, like, don't get it fucked up for his time, he knew what he had to do and what was going to happen. Because it ain't like, did Muhammad Ali just come off a loss or some crazy shit like that? Like, he had a loss or so before that fight.
Yeah, Muhammad Ali had losses before that.
Yeah.
But the thing is he had a cold coach, and I'm gonna pop my shit. Angelo Dundee. My daddy got his best friend Angelo Dundee for 2 championships fights.
Okay.
You dig what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I understand that. But Angelo Dundee was his trainer.
Uh-huh.
And so when you have, if you